Hello and welcome to the sideboard here at SCG Nashville. Beautiful Music City. I am here with Brad Nelson. I am Nick Miller.
That's so great because my deck is themed around music.
Exactly.
I love it.
Anyway, you are playing something special today. It is called Red White Tiny Dancer.
It is.
Is there a reason for that?
Because I really like Elton John.
And who doesn't?
And we're in Nashville, but it's actually around a new Magic card called Satyr Fire Dancer.
Now, talk about Satyr Fire Dancer. It is in the red, white, burn shell, but why is he in here and why is he so good?
Well, there's a versus video that you guys will see coming out in the future, because that's how time travel works. And I had it in my sideboard of a red, white, burn deck, and I boarded in against Todd. He's playing mono blue, and the only interaction I had with the card was he played Frostburn Weird, I played Dancer. He played Nightveil Spectre, I played Shock and Searing Blood, your Frostburn Weird, kill your Nightveil, and I was hooked. And for the rest of the week, all I've done is tried to work on the shell, try to get it to where I like it, and it's because the card against all of the devotion-based decks have no removal, so they can't kill this 1/1, and all your burn has to target them to kill them. But if you have it in play, you kill everything in play and nug them for all this damage. And not to mention when you get to Searing Blood, 2-for-1 them with the Fire Dancer. I mean, it's really sweet, the shell is awesome, and Fire Dancer really holds its weight.
The synergies seem great. You have the typical burn package of Magma Jet, Shock, Skull Crack, War Leaders.
Skill Crack.
Skill Crack. Explain that.
It's just, I was talking to Glenjamin Jones, I know, I miss him too, and my phone autocorrected. I'm like, well, I am playing Skull Crack, and autocorrected to Skill Crack, and now I just think it's like the best name for the card, because like, it's like, play your card, I'm like, Skill Crack you.
It is the skill game.
Yeah.
And of course, Boros Charm combined with the Fire Dancer can just straight up kill Brimaz along with dragons and stuff.
Dragons, yes. Even though it's a red-white spell, the Fire Dancer only deals with the red half, so the damage that you redirect kills Stormbreath Dragon.
All right, so why did you choose to run Red White Tiny Dancer this weekend?
Well, I mean, I'm leaving after this weekend to go test for the Pro Tour. And when you get to a new format, people are going to play new cards. They're going to try a lot of stuff. They might even like pull out cards that weren't good before that they think might be good now. So a lot of the decks are going to be clunky. And if that's the case, I just want to burn them out. And I just want to be aggressive. Also, people are more worried about killing creatures and playing their big creatures. And they're not really playing a lot of life game. They're just trying to put stuff on the board. So if they don't have removal, they can't beat Fire Dancer. Like, no one can beat Fire Dancer. Except blue-white, but it doesn't matter in that matchup anyway.
Right, and we'll bring that up in the sideboard. So what are your good and bad matchups for this weekend?
I think most green-based Nykthos decks are bad, because if they get an early Polar Krynos, I need a Chain to the Rocks out of the sideboard, or a double burn spell with Fire Dancer play, but sometimes I just don't have enough mana in play by them. But on the play, I think the matchup's good. Any of the red-based devotion and the White Weenie decks I think are good. I don't know about green-white, but I'm assuming that after sideboard it should be okay as long as Brimaz doesn't get out of control. And I do have enough burn and removal spells. Like I have Chain to the Rocks and Amazing Mortars after sideboard, and if I ever lead with a Fire Dancer, I should be able to like nug that out of the way. Right. Along with War Leading Sea Leaks when I'm on the play. But other than that, like, I think the deck has very good matchups against everything except mono blue game 1 and on the draw against green devotion. I have high hopes for the weekend.
Other than the Fire Dancer, the creatures, or Chandra's Phoenix and Young Pyromancer, you getting to give CVM's token a little love?
Yeah, like when my token, my Beast token came out, I had a lot of love. I saw myself on camera a lot. Well, you know, he took Elemental, and that was probably a good choice, but no one's really playing Young Pyromancer, so I decided to throw him some love and play with, you know, my homeboy.
So we've got Searing Blood and Satyr Fire Dancer out of Born of the Gods, but the card I want to talk about out of Born of the Gods is in the sideboard, and that's Oracle of Bones. Now, Oracle of Bones is paired with Toil and Trouble. Explain that.
Well, reasons? I don't know. Like, I think Oracle Bones is like a good anti-control card when they interact, because we have 4 Fire Drinker Satyrs at the board against mono black and blue white, and so the goal is for them to have to interact with a Satyr or a Young Pyromancer or Chandra's Phoenix and tap out for Detention Sphere, Supreme Verdict Jace. And then when I play Oracle of Bones, I want a spell in my deck that punishes them for not tributing, because like I would want them to tribute and I just hit them for 5, and that's a lot of damage out of a burn deck.
Yeah.
But if they do choose not to pay tribute, I can Toil and Trouble, and because I get to play for free, I get to fuse it, and I can either draw 2 cards and deal them damage for their hand, or let them draw 2 cards then deal damage to their hand. And it's a very powerful effect early in the game. Like, best case scenario, you deal them like 14 on turn 4, you know?
Pretty good scenario, I would say. Other cards in the sideboard are Fire Drinker Satyr. What's he coming against?
The mono black and the blue white.
Okay.
Just, I need early pressure in those matchups to make them interact with me on their turns and not my turns, because I don't want them holding up counter magic for the entire game.
And of course, you mentioned Amazing Mortars and Chain of the Rocks are also in the sideboard. And how many white sources. I also saw you're running the black-red temple as well.
Yep, I'm playing 1 Temple of Malice and 2 Temple of Silence, and that's just to let the deck not flood as much, because I wanted the 3rd Mutavault. I think 23 lands is a little high for this deck, but I also wanted to play 3 Lightning Helix, because when I'm racing, it's very important to gain that life and untap and hope to draw that last burn spell. Right. So I wanted 23 lands with 3 Mutavaults. So I'm running the extra temples to where when I already have a game plan, I can temple and try to get rid of lands, because most of my spells cost 2 mana and 4 mana. There's not... Chandra Phoenix is the only 3 drop in the main. So I only have Helix on the top end, and everything else is 2 drop. So sometimes I'll just want to get stuck on 3 to 5 mana, 5 being against control decks where they, mono black kills my Phoenix, I burn them, I get my Phoenix back attack. They kill it, I burn them, I get it back.
Seems pretty good. Now you're 2-0. What have you played so far?
I played blue, white, and mono black.
And if you had your choice, what would you play all day?
Mono black, all day, every day. Maybe even, I want a white weenie in there just to my goal in a magical Christmas world is to be on camera against an aggressive deck and just turn 2 Satyr and let you all enjoy what I've been doing for the entire week.
Well, it's great seeing you play mono red. In Baltimore, we got to see Shaheen Sarani play mono red Blitz for the first time.
And the funny thing is, that weekend, I already played a lot of mono red Blitz, and I built Naya Blitz a long time ago. But that was the first weekend where I ever played Sphinx's Rev in a tournament. So we did not collaborate at all. We just switched roles that weekend, and I went 8-0-2, and I think I saw him side drafting at round 5. So let's see who had it better a year ago. Figured it out a long time ago.
Let's hope to see you not side drafting in the future. And good luck for the rest of the round. And
thank you so much.
We'll see you later in the sideboard at SCG Nashville.